So the question is, how can we add a logo on a 3ML file or STL file that we receive from online? So yeah, in Fusion, we can go to insert mesh to bring in the SVG, to insert the 3MF or STL file. We can just come here and open. So once you open, you can move to the center, move to the ground to let it stay in the positions better than floating on the air, which means it's on the surface. So once you have bring in this, you go over here to the browser menu, go to right click, do not capture history. So the history bar over here, it will off. So once it off ready, we go to the browser menu, go to the bodies folder, open. When you see this in a yellow logo, that means you are in a mesh file. So what I'm going to do is, I'm trying to convert this mesh file into the solid modeling so that I can add any design, I can modify the design as I wish. So I go here to the mesh, I go to repair, because I'm not sure this file using what software to make, okay? So I need to make sure that it stitched well on the surface and it really good to use. So I click OK. Once I have done this, second step, I will go to generate face group. Make sure the type is inaccurate. So it will try to be as accurate as possible with 0.001 tolerance. So once I have done the second step, you can see all the different surface that it come out with, the person have modified, it will all be highlighted. Then after which, I will go in here, select again. So now I need to convert it to a solid modeling after I done the first two steps. So I go to modified, convert mesh. So there are three types of different convert. Okay, so faced. This one is for those like sculptural modeling files, like human faces and etc. Second will be for mechanical parts. Third is for organic modelings. But frankly speaking, I would say that we can just go for this because this one doesn't have much sculptural modelings like those faces. So I'll go to this and then click on the OK button. Do you see? Right now, it changed to white, which means it's already into a solid modeling. So once I have done this, because I'm going to design the file and edit, so I go to right click, captured design history. Why am I doing this? Because I feel that I need to design the things, I need to modify it. So make sure that everything is in good order and I can amend the history as I go along if I need to. So I select the surface because I want to cut away these words and replace with the logo. So I go to create scratch. But because this design was design standard, so okay, I'll use online tools. Remember, I just wanted to remove the wording. So I make sure I draw parts that cover the model. Then I go to extrude and I select, I go to the top view, I think it will be easier. Then I go here, select the parts. That's weird. Okay, which means this design have some issue. I can go here, delete away. What I will do next is go to the bottom and draw the square, because I believe this one are using different software. So once I have bring up, do you see that right now the rectangular is covered? Okay, next I will go to extrude. I will take this rectangular, move up to cut away the design. So it will look like this. But I don't need to be hollow because I need it to cut only the letters. Okay, and this side is a bit too big. I can just go here and augment. Then after that, I go back to the solid. Select it. I will choose this called two sides. So the first side, I will cut away. The second side, I will see from here, move it up. So that create the solid modeling. So what will it look? It will look something like this. So, which means I have to move this down a bit. Make sure there are no letters. But I don't mind to move it down more. Use 1 mm. So it looks like it creates a slot. But I can select this surface again. Go to extrude. Select extend type to object. So when I done this, you'll make sure the rectangular that I cut away will be same size as the surface. Okay, so now I have the plain surface. Next, how can I insert the logo? If you have seen my previous video, how can we convert a JPG file and to a SVG file, you will know. So after I select this surface, I'll go to insert and insert SVG. So insert from my computer, I select the logo that I have converted. Then I reduce the size, rotate it, and move it down. Maybe I want it smaller a bit. Okay. So now I have done this. I wanted to move it slightly. Okay. Then I will skew it out a bit because for FDM printing, I try to keep the logo as big as possible, so it will look nice. Once I have done this, yep, it's good too. Then I wanted to go to solid extrude and select whatever is needed. But remember, all these hole, if you want to unselect it, hold your shift button so that you will not create the whole thing like this. If I select everything, what will happen? Okay, if I select everything like this and solid, what is going to be? I will have all this. It will not be in order. So I'll make sure hold the shift button and unselect the unnecessary. Okay, now I have this. It look good. I can pull out 1 mm. Isn't it nice? But one thing which I always notice for all this logo, all the parts that come out, I don't really like it because if somebody knock or drop on the floor, then the logo will fall out. Then it will not be exactly as what it look like. So normally what I will do is minus 0.5 and select cut. So it will impress in and it will look like this. So the possibility of it drop out is considered 90%, because we still got the D, the R, the E, the A. Yep, but overall I think it's good. Okay, so that's all for now. If you want this model to be in an STL file, or you want to change it to any names that you want, then you right click, save as mesh. I always love to use STL because 3MF of course is also okay, but it's just personal preference. So I'll select STL, save it to my desktop, and save. This is how I got my STL file. And how can I modify all these little item over here? It's always up to you, your own self, okay? Majority of all the file we can use Fusion to amend.